Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. And welcome back, everybody. I am gratified to see more and more of us more concerned about our health, what we're putting into our bodies, realizing that our food supply, much of it is tainted with pesticides and chemicals and probably isn't the best for us. I've learned so much in talking with this gentleman who started a company that has delicious and healthy Greek foods. And we've talked about his journey from Greece to the United States and how his family got involved in all of that. And today we're going to go a little deeper into the product specifically. What's going on there? How are they grown? How are they produced with time-honored techniques and so much more? The company is Tassos. The man is Tassos Chronopoulos, and he's back with us. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Very well, very well. I learned a lot when it comes to olives and olive oil, and we talked about that in some detail on how it's all harvested in Greece, and was it quite an education. I'd love to look at some of the other products you have and the process for those. Can we do that today?
Of course.
Yeah, you know what? I was going to pick some that I see on your website. I'm going to throw it to you. Do you have one that you'd like to highlight?
It's okay. My commitment is for all types of agricultural products. So you pick the one, and I will answer to you. I will give you.
Beautiful. So let's look at. You have peppers.
Yes.
Tell us about those.
They are, there are two peppers that we have. One is called Papandoro. Is like a cherry pepper, and the name Papadoro. Papa is father. Doro is a gift. So we created this pepper in our own field. We water them. We do not spray the area with any chemicals to kill anything, because you normally have fruit flies coming at the peppers, or because they are sweet, and obviously we water them, and that's it. So then when we harvest them, they are, we by hand we clean them up, not by machines, because we want to avoid the pollution of the air when you have machines, using gas. But we wash them with water. The water we recirculate it. We use it to water the plants, or to take it and clean up the toilets for the workers at the area, at the building that they work. Then the pepper is gone through a fire and is roasted, and is cleaned, and then is placed by hand in the jars that they are sterilized before we use them, and then we place them in oil and pasteurize them, and that's what you get. You get the red roasted pepper that it is a typical pepper coming out of Greece, and the yellow pepper, we mix them, we set them by hand around the urn, which is basically an oval urn, so that they don't break. They just follow the curvature of the glass, and that's about it.
Wow.
No chemicals, no additives, no artificial coloring, and nothing to affect the product. It's just oil.
Where do you grow them? Are these actual fields for? And we're talking the pepper specifically. Are these your company's fields, or do you work with growers?
No, they are they are fields that we manage and we own, and that's about it.
Wow.
And then we bring the workers in, and they start cleaning up the peppers, cutting them right with scissors, and that's about it.
It seems to me, Tassos, that you are very particular about everything you sell.
Well, the thing is that these peppers are the only ones in the United States that they are certified by the American Heart Association. We try the hardest we can to provide the American consumer with a product that will help them, not hurt them.
And I had no idea those are the only ones that are certified in the U.S.?
Yeah.
Amazing. And
the certification is at the top of the label,
So let's move over to wheat and barley products. Rusk is one of the products that are on your website, which is as I understand it, a real part, a traditional part of the Mediterranean diet. And
yes.
Yeah, tell us more about that. And
it's just natural. That's all. There's nothing that we do there. Unfortunately, in agriculture, they go around and they spray everything and anything in order to kill whatever is going to go out to attack, a bird or whatever, the stock. So what we are doing, we are using the difference between us and everybody else is that we're using sound to bring the birds or the flies or whatever in God's name flies around there, around the sound, and then they're electrocuted and it's over. And then the waters that we're using, we have well waters and water the plants. And when we go out, we do not use trucks to cut the plants. We use hands to cut them off from the roots.
I've never heard that being done before. That sound is used to keep pests away.
It's very important. We are running. The industry must start caring about what we feed the people with, and not to give them products that they are filled with. Pollution is all over the place. And the seas are polluted today, and fish dies from eating plastic. Maybe I sound crazy, but this is the fact.
It's the more and more I study this, Tassos, the more and more I learn, and I'm shocked that we're able to put this type of products out there that's just harming us, like the pesticides.
For instance, the sun-dried tomatoes, they are dried by the sun, not by machines. We allow the sun-dried tomato to sit over a net. We protect the nets of flies and stuff like that. They do not go into the tomato. They are dried, and then we offer them in olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. So they don't have any. Again, they don't have any acids in there. It's just the tomato, the sun-dried tomato.
It's funny you say sun-dried tomato. We, as a consumer, just assume it's dried by the sun, but it's not. For your company, it is, but in other companies, right. No, it's really not.
No, that is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You cannot mislabel. When you say sun-dried, my God, let it. You cut it, you slice it on the center, you open it up, you put over the under the sun at the net, and you allow it. Obviously you are careful so that you don't have flies and stuff like that flying on the product, and then you take it in, you clean it, you take the seeds out, and you offer it as a sun-dried tomato.
Mm-hmm. A real authentic one without pesticides. and sun. Imagine that. Like, you know, like they did 1,000 years ago. Here's my guilty pleasure, and you sell it. Any kind of preserves, jellies, marmalade, all of that. It is, I just love it, especially raspberry. The orange, the fig, the raspberry, is that grown on your farms as well?
No, we don't have, no, there are farms that, for instance, for the fig marmalade, there are farms, and the farmer and us work in as partners, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We take care of the farmer. We do not wait until harvest comes in to pay him. We pay them every month. We see to it that the trees are watered. We see to it that, you know, he protects the trees with the sun, as I said to you earlier about the olive trees.
Mm-hmm.
And he is not using any chemicals or sprays. So, you know, if the farm is not ours, we work with the olive grower, with the tree owner, and we give them the plan, and then obviously we have someone to visit the area. Sure. And see that no one is doing things behind our back.
And when it comes to actually creating a preserve, any insight you can give us on that?
The same thing, you know, if you go through the ancient times, so, you know, all the preserves that we have, they were not created yesterday. They have an ancient history, you know, hundreds of years. All we have done here is, you know, with the equipment that industry has been able to create, and the use of, you know, equipment like in furnaces, you know, you put the thing in a furnace and we don't. We just use it. We use the sun. The sun is beautiful. It can be used.
With all these products and your background, Tassos, do you like to cook?
Yes, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes, there are many. You know, you can do bean soups. You can do all kinds of things with agricultural products. But even the bread, you know, you have to be careful what they put on the bread. I mean, we need to. Maybe I sound crazy, but you know, tell me another country that has more cancer than the United States. Tell me another country that they don't have liver problems. All this stuff that we put in our mouth and then in our stomach affect every organ that we have in this body.
And it's true, and it's coming from the tainted food that we're.
Yeah. Artificial coloring on products, you know, for God's sake. Why? Leave it alone. Let nature give you what it's supposed to be.
Right. I don't know why we had to. Well, it's just about money. You know, all these companies are just trying to maximize what they're doing, find the cheapest way. How about the vinegar? You have balsamic vinegar that you sell.
The same thing. You know, if you go to stores today, it just blows you out. They say, for instance, extra virgin olive oil, and then they have 3 or 4 countries that they provide to the people in California, you know, their olive oil. But have they gone by the olive groves? Have they seen if the olive groves are sprayed? Have they seen with chemicals to kill the flies and everything else? I mean, and then they put it into a jar, and they're honest to say it's coming in from Latin America, a country here, a country there. Okay, but have you checked to see what in God's name, how these olive groves have been taken care of?
Mm-hmm.
And how the olives were picked up? If the olives are going through a machine and they fall into the ground, and then they pick them up with the dirt and they put them into the jar to the mill to press it, you get all this garbage into your olive oil. So the thing that we are doing here is that I don't mind automation. I'm an engineer. I love to see machines working. But for food, we have to be very careful.
Nobody cares except people like you. And I love the fact that you're very particular about the ingredients, how you're very connected with the growers and the farmers. And and I think most importantly, you care about people, not just your customers, but the people that work for you. Like you said before, partnerships with farmers. You make sure that they get paid, and not just when the harvest takes place. That speaks volumes right there.
No, but this is how you make them. Listen, to wait for 12 months from harvest to harvest to get paid based on the results of the harvest. How do you take care of your family, of the forest, of anything that you're doing without cutting corners?
Of course.
But if the farmer and if the farmer gets together with his customer, then they can create a policy, a system that can provide them all the time with what the ammunition that the farmer needs to take care of the farm. You cannot have chicken today because they put hormones in them. Where do the hormones go? To the stomach of the human being.
Yep.
There are so many things that we can talk about, which has nothing to do with agriculture, but all the you can go through the entire family of products that the human being eats, and you find very few of them that they are not exposed to to chemicals and additives and all the other stuff.
Right. Well, you take care of people, people will take care of you. And you take care of the people that are part of your products, but then the general public cares as well, and that's why they keep coming back and enjoy, what you have. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper here. I really feel that when things are created, whether it's music, whether it's art, no matter what, there's a certain amount of energy that goes into it, your energy imprint, and that resonates with people. And that's, you put in positive energy, honest energy in all of your products. And I feel that that's why people gravitate toward yours. Not just about a Mediterranean diet, but there's just something there. You feel good. Yeah. You feel good about it.
Yeah, the Mediterranean diet took its name before the chemicals and additives were from the farmer or the market. They were natural products, totally natural products, agricultural natural products. What I have been saying to the world is that, hey, the trees that we have on this earth, that were planted by this earth, the agricultural products that we have, I don't care if it's the watermelon, whatever, all these are products of this planet. Let's take care of them.
Yeah.
And treat them properly. And they will give us more.
They
will give us more fruit than when we start penalizing them, by spraying the chemicals on them.
Do you feel that the products you have today remind you of when you were younger in Greece? Is it very similar? Do you you look at those products and say, yeah, that's the way it was in the old days?
This is true, especially when I was born during World War II. The parents, the families will run to the garden, or they create a garden to feed their families because, we were bombed to hell during World War II from 1940 to 1947. We had a civil war between the Royalists and the Democrats, whatever the name there was, and families suffered a lot. This is, in France, for instance, they started killing the horse, and it was horse meat for people to eat. And then this idea moved all over the European continent, and we were killing horses to eat. I mean, it was unbelievable, the suffering of the human being because there was no food available. The United States sent over there at the time some little boxes with little things in there for people to eat, but a cracker does not fill your stomach.
Sure. I just love the fact that this is traditional food.
Yeah.
It really is. And it goes back to your upbringing, your values, what your family ate. It's almost that's the guide. That's the template that you create from.
Well, it is the respect that you have for the product. It does not have a voice, but it can become full of wrinkles. You can get sick eating it. So the product says, "Leave me alone, and I will make you happy." And that's what you treat. The plant, any plant, I don't care what it is. It was born on this planet. It was affected by the sun and the heat and the snow and the rain. And if we can look, for instance, this year with the climate change, probably you heard about what happened to Spain. Spain lost everything from the rainstorms this year.
Yep.
Because of the heat, I mean, we're talking about 90 and 95 degrees heat. The trees have suffered. Well, you have to leave them alone. You have to water them, but not stress them out with sprays of chemicals, so they can be okay next year. They are not. I do not know how else to say. The planet is having problems, and we have created them.
I'm seeing something here I didn't realize before, but you truly treat those trees where we get many of these fruits and many of your products like they're human. And I mean that in a...
No, look, animals will be beautiful if you do not punish them, if they are not fearful of you. A dog, call it, I don't know whatever it is.
Sure.
We are another species on this planet, and I don't care about your religion or my religion or anybody else's religion. We ought to be able to respect each other and take care of these beautiful flowers that we have, and water them. Now you cut them, you cut the flower, you're not going to have another one. We're trimming trees. Well, so there goes the branch that will give you another kilo or another pound of whatever it is, apples or oranges.
Well, I think it goes back to the same thing that we said before with the farmers. It's the same thing with the trees, the plants, all of it. You treat them right, they will treat you right.
You're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Tassos, always wonderful talking with you. Love the insight. I feel like I'm in Greece when I talk with you. I feel
Let's go together. You know what? This year has been terrible all over the place. I mean, from Florida with the hurricanes, you will see that we'll have no oranges and pears and whatever. We have to take care of the earth, of this planet, and one of the areas that it is up to us to take care of and help it is not to pollute the air. But when we stop polluting the air and polluting the water, we get good fruit, good vegetables, good everything. And that's what I believe.
I love it. And I believe the same thing. We're on the same page. It's again, you take care of things, they're going to take care of you in a wonderful way.
Absolutely.
Tassos.com. That's TASSOS.com. Check out the products. It's just wonderful talking with you again, Tassos.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a nice weekend.
You too.
Thank you.
We'll be right
Bye-bye.
back. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
They'll challenge your authority. They'll try to break your will. They'll push you to the edge of your sanity. Because that's what kids do. But this car is your territory, not theirs. Defend it. Who makes the payments? Who cleans it? Who drives it? You do. That's who. And in here, your word is law. So when you say you won't move until everyone's buckled up, you won't budge an inch. Until you hear that click. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. For more information, visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup.